Let's see if this works. Goodness. Oh, crazy. Hello. Welcome. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Thank you for jumping back into this link. We had some issues. Can you hear me? El Maquillage, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hi. What's going on? Can you hear me, El Maquillage? Can you hear me now? I feel like the commercial right now. Okay. Hi. Yay, you can hear me now. Oh my God, whoever jumped back into this chat from the other link, thank you so much. I don't know what happened. The audio was not working and then my screen just turned black. Anyways, we're here now. We're gonna wait a few minutes to see if some more people join us. I'm a little sad, but it happens. It's 2020 for you. Hi. Hi, Christy. Hi, Liz. Hello, Misty, Yesenia, Maria. Another Liz. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Again, let's just give it a few more minutes so some more people could jump in, and then we'll jump right in. And yeah, so we're going to be doing a Q&A. Am I like super loud? I feel like for some reason it's either nothing, no audio, or like super loud. Anyways, I'm warning you now. Put your volume low because I'm so loud, so obnoxious. Hi. Okay, cool. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, so we're going to do a Q&A at the end. I feel like that's the best way so that I don't ramble too much. And so I'm able to answer everyone's questions. So have those questions ready. Okay, cute. Awesome. I'm going to just jump in, and whoever joins us, I can just kind of keep talking. Anyways, so for those of you that do not know me, I'm Gia. Nice to meet you guys. And as you may know, today's workshop is going to be on the Il Maquillage Woke Up Like This foundation. I'm going to be sharing info on everything, on their PowerMatch quiz, on their amazing program, their Try Before You Buy formula. We're going to do an unboxing. We're going to do a demonstration. It's going to be fun. Yeah, so that's that. And again, I'll just wait till more people come in. Yeah, so like I said, I'm Gia, and I've been a professional makeup artist for over 10 years now, based in New York City. So yeah, I'm excited to partner today and talk about this product because I am such a fan, and I hope you guys will be also. Okay, cool. If you're just joining, get those questions ready for the live chat to the right. And if you guys see me looking here and there, don't mind me. I have a monitor and then I have my desktop, so it's annoying. Anyways, so I'm going to sanitize my hands once again. Now, if you guys are here, most likely you guys have already taken their PowerMatch quiz. So yeah, I'm here to tell you all about it. I'm here to spill tea, as you may. So yeah. Okay, so before I go ahead and do the unboxing, the demonstration, and talk your lives away, I'm going to start prepping my skin because right now I have nothing on. All I have is some moisturizer from earlier, and then of course my eyes. I have my eyes done. So for that, I'm going to use a bit of primer. This is also from them. And I had to get mine out because I'm running low. All right, so that's that. You don't need that much at all. So I'm going to put this all over. And for those of you that are either beginner or intermediate, whatever the case may be, I will never wear, especially foundation, without primer. Just feel like primer makes such a huge difference. In my case, I have tons of texture in the forehead and the chin area. And then have some fine lines under there. Pores are not too crazy, thank God. But yeah, it's amazing for... I'll get into that also. If you guys want to know more about the primer, let me know. I can talk about that as well. But yeah, it's amazing because it's also a blurring primer. It's a smoothing primer. It controls the oil, does a little bit of everything. Ultimately, the foundation and makeup in general, anything you put over your face, it's going to stick to that and it's going to last longer. So now that we have that on, I'm going to start with the unboxing. So... again, once you've taken your quiz and you've gotten matched, this is what it comes in. So if you're doing the Try Before You Buy, it's going to come in a box like this, Il Maquillage, New York. Super sleek, super beautiful. You open it up. So you're going to have a brochure that tells you all about the program. You're also going to have some copy right here on how it works if you know, for any concerns. Then you have some tissue, really cute tissue. And then you have, of course, the foundation. So I'm going to start with the foundation. Let me take it out. Super cute packaging. As for the foundation, it comes in a glass bottle. Super luxurious. I'm obsessed. And it also has a pump. So that's the product. What I'm showing you particular is the Try Before You Buy system. Now we're going to go all into detail with that and how that works. So for US and Canada, you're able to, once you take your quiz, which by the way, it's a 94% accuracy. As long as you've answered the questions correctly, they match you to perfection. Don't ask me how it works. I was skeptical at first, but when I tell you it is so accurate, so on point, take my word. Yeah, so that's that. So key points about this program, as you may say. So you take the quiz, then you're able to try the product at home, free of charge. You're only paying for shipping, which I believe is $5. And you get to try it for free, risk-free, for 14 days before you buy it. If you love it, you keep it. If not, you can send it back. So that's that. And again, if you guys want me to get more into depth with that, any questions you might have, just leave it in the live chat, and I'm going to jump into the actual product. Now, like I said, it has a pump. And mine is dirty because I do use it. It's not just for show. I actually have 2 shades here, my winter shade, my summer shade. So this is what it looks like. And I'm going to shake it up. And I'm going to start with 2 pumps. Where's my brush? Okay. So I like to apply that with a brush. It is a little dirty because I was using it earlier. Don't judge me. Obviously, you do want to keep your brushes clean, you know, to prevent breakouts, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to just start picking up some product. I got my mirror next to me. And I'm going to start doing this side just so that you guys are able to see the product in real life and like that. So I'm going to start with half the face. Now, I love to apply that in a stippling and buffing motion. I know it looks hella crazy right now. Don't worry. Yeah, so I like to stipple and then buff. Now, when it comes to the formula, the finish is a satin finish, which I love because it's not too dry, it's not too matte, it's not too luminous. It's right in between. It looks very skin-like, very natural. As far as texture, it is so lightweight. It literally feels like you're wearing nothing. It feels like skin. And the coverage is also buildable. So the coverage is a medium to full buildable. Let me just blend that out. Yeah, so it's a medium to full buildable coverage, super lightweight, feels and looks like skin. And then I always get questions, you know, if you're oily, if you're dry, if you're combo, et cetera, et cetera. So that really alternates on, you know, ultimately the finish that you want. If you want something more matte, I definitely recommend, you know, incorporating more mattifying products, vice versa. If you're dry, you want more dew, just really load up on hydration. And then setting your makeup is also going to have to do with the finish. But as you can see, I just applied a little bit. I hope the lighting is okay because for me, it looks a little crazy here. But the finish is so beautiful. Now, I did forget to mention my skin is sensitive dry. When I tell you sensitive, my skin is like super sensitive. Me personally, instantly after trying a product, my skin will instantly react. You know, if it's good for me, if it's not, it'll break me out, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna look back and forth. So this one is shade 120. Like I said, I do have 2 shades. Being that I really haven't seen the sun this year, not as much as I'd like to, I am a bit more neutral. I'm a bit on the lighter side, but that does change with seasons also. So yeah, I'm gonna do this side now. This is way easier for me because I can see myself here. So yeah, I'm gonna do this side. And on a regular, I like a formula that's lightweight. That's key for me, especially in the summer. And I also like to be in control of the coverage. Can you see that? Now, also, if you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have freckles in the center of my face and I have so much discoloration under my eyes. Also around the mouth, I have discoloration. So usually I would use a color corrector, but for the sake of this video, I don't want to have you guys here for, 12 hours, unless you want to. Anyway, so that's that. And right here, this is just a sheer coverage. Now, when I say it's buildable, the most amazing part about it is no matter how many layers you do, it's not going to get cakey. It's not going to get heavy. Literally, I don't know what it is, but it just does not build up. With building coverage. Does that make sense? It'll build up the coverage, but it won't build up layers like where it gets chunky. Another great thing, I know a lot of people usually ask me, oh, is it good for mature skin? Oh my God, that looks amazing. And yes, it is. So it is enriched with vitamin E and hyaluronic acid, which both are super, super hydrating, especially hyaluronic acid, which plumps the skin, it smooths it out. So if you're someone that, has fine lines or concerns, even wrinkles, or if you're just on the drier side, if you're oilier, because usually that sometimes means that your skin is dehydrated, whatever the case may be, it's going to do wonders for your skin. So that's why having it in this formula, I feel like that helps with not only the longevity, but the way it sits on your face, because it also does last a nice amount of time. And I can also show you guys how it's buildable, like once we let it sit a little bit, and then I'll go back and forth on answering questions. I'll answer some questions now so that later I'm not overwhelmed and I'm not here for another 12 hours. So I'll try to go from the beginning. And then Il Maquillage does help me with answering questions. Yes, Misty, give it a try. Okay, Umaina, I hope I pronounced that correctly. What kind of primer is best? Should it be creamy or what? Excuse me, guys. It depends what's your skin type and what are your concerns. So each primer has different benefits. In this case, with me, like I said, I have sensitive, dry skin. My concerns, I would say I have a bit of texture. I want to smooth out the skin. I want to literally have a filter. And for sure, I want my makeup to last all day long. I do not want to touch up my face. I want it to be one and done. So yeah, it really just depends. But yeah, if you're looking for a primer, I recommend this one if you haven't tried it. Does the foundation oxidize? Not really. No, I haven't seen. Not only have I worn it on myself, but also on my clients. I do keep a ton of these in my kit, which I don't have right now, but they don't oxidize, which is good. Usually foundations oxidize. I find that these do not. Why don't you just send a sample instead of a full bottle, Miss Broiles? Interesting question. I feel like it's bomb that they send the full size, to be honest. I was actually shocked when, I found out that not only were you able to try the product free of charge for 14 days, you will get charged obviously after the 14th day, after delivery, if you want to stay with it, because they assume, she loves it, she's going to keep it. But I love that it's a full size, to be honest, because first of all, 2 weeks is more than enough time to test the product and see if you like it. Usually 7 days, 5 to 7 days for me, I feel is more than enough. But yeah, it's hassle-free, I feel like, let's say you did get a sample and you loved it, then you have to still go out and get it. So I feel like they kind of ship it to your home, you're in the comfort of your home, on your couch, whatever. So I feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like it's better. Where was I? Girl, we're going to do this makeup together. Mine just came in today. Just opened my package. The items are really nice. Yes, Liz, let's do this together. I'm not done. We're going to do a little bit. We're going to do some more stuff while I answer questions. Is it good? Where was I? Is it good for oily skin? Yes, it's good for all skin types. Like I mentioned earlier, the greatest thing about it is that it's a satin finish, meaning it's right in between. It's not too matte, it's not too dry. Overall, it's hydrating, but not to the point that it's greasy or oily, none of the above. So yeah, it's good for dry, sensitive, oily, combo. It's good for everyone. Where was I again? I keep getting lost. Okay. Okay, she answered her. All right, so how does the try before you buy work? Will you be charged any fee, including shipping? So Kendra Williams. Yeah, so the try before you buy, it actually has the details in the box when you receive it. But like I said, US and Canada, and they're working hard to get it everywhere else. But for the most part, once you take your quiz, which is, again, 94% accuracy, it's super on point, you're going to receive your stuff in the mail. And then it tells you here, just in case you forget. So pretty much you're trying the products, try the products. They're yours 14 days. starting on the day they were delivered. Whoa, why did it go out of focus right now? Girl, it'll be back, don't worry. We're back. Okay, so that's that. And then if you love them, you keep them. If you shockingly don't, visit ilmaquillage.com, return to download your return label, and send back any returns within 14 days of delivery. At the end of the trial, you'll only be charged for the products you keep. How amazing is that? Risk-free. Like, really, like, I don't know what else to say. Okay. I need to have music constantly. I feel like silence kills me. So I'm just here. So annoying. And it's so weird because I don't know what you guys are hearing. It's just me here. So what about large pores? Daenerys Murray. So good question. I feel personally, again, trial and error, testing out the formula on various different people, not only myself, but I feel like it's such a beautiful, and I definitely feel like I have more foundation on this side, by the way. We will fix that. I definitely feel like the formula is, again, it's so unique because it doesn't enhance any imperfections, in my opinion. I feel like it literally is like a second skin, like your skin, but better. And could be because of vitamin E, which is super hydrating, and also the hyaluronic acid. Like I said before, it helps to smooth and plump the skin as well. So yeah, it's good. It won't enhance pores. But if you really want to smooth out pores, this one is the Poreless Base Smoothing Primer. So it's even in the name. Highly, highly recommend. And you're actually able to bundle this. So this is what I used in the beginning. This was the primer that I used. So I believe at checkout, when you're going to do the try before you buy, you have an option to bundle up with either the primer or the concealer. And the concealer is what I'm going to do next. But I was going to add a little bit more foundation. Okay. Where am I? Sweatproof. I feel like it's smudge proof, sweat proof, not waterproof, which is good unless you're going like swimming or whatever. But for the most part, yeah. Now it really depends. You still want to, again, definitely recommend wearing a primer and then setting your face with a light dust of powder, just so you know it's really there and it's not going anywhere. Are you going to feature the concealer in the demo? Chrissy Rose. Yes, I am. That's coming up right now. That's next. What kind of brush should I use? Yolanda. So this is the brush I like, and I always, always, always recommend this brush. The reason why, a little secret that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to put you on. But when it comes to like flawless foundation, you want to keep these tips in mind. And this is just me. I didn't hear this anywhere. This is me, what I've experimented with throughout my career. And again, it's 3 major steps to get like the most airbrush flawless finish. And for one, that is formula. So the formula that you're working with is literally like the most important step, because you can have a crappy formula and then have the best primer and then all these things, but like ultimately it's not going to be that great. So it's formula and then it's tools and technique. So for me, a tool is super important, and this brush highly recommends. It's not dense enough. It's fluffy enough, but not too dense, vice versa, where you're in control of the product. And yeah, it literally does the work for you. And then the technique I like to do is a stipple and buff. The stippling is going to help to get that coverage quickly without, blending there for 2 hours. And then buffing just gives you that airbrush finish. So highly recommend this one. This one is the 100 brush. So yeah. What color concealer should I get with the color 105? I tried it yesterday. I don't wear makeup every day anymore because I work in sun, but love it so far. For Mariah Jackson. That's interesting because my other shade is the 105. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, the other shade I use is 105. I actually was just using this a few days ago. I even mix it sometimes. Me personally, I like to have minimum 2 foundations year round. That's just because, our skin changes summer, fall, winter, spring. But if you usually I would ask for a picture to better determine what it is that you want to conceal. Some people have discoloration like myself. I need to color correct because I'm like a raccoon. But if you just want to conceal natural I would try maybe 9. 9 could be good, but they do suggest a shade. You can even take their quiz. If you want to brighten up a little more, it varies. You could do number 8. If you want to color correct, you could do 10. It's endless. So I would recommend sending a picture just so you know, because I don't know what you look like. So that would be helpful for you to send them a picture. You're welcome. So Chrissy says, do you prefer the brush or a sponge when applying the foundation? It really changes. I'm gonna do another layer while I wait here. It honestly, it really depends. I like using both. I'm gonna do just a pump. It really depends. So like I mentioned, I feel like the brush does the work for you. It's so much easier. You really stipple to get that coverage. Sometimes I'll use a damp sponge. The only thing with the sponge, sometimes I love me a sponge. Sometimes I'll even go over the brush with the sponge if I really want to shear it out, make sure it's like, you know, very natural. But the only thing with the sponge sometimes for me, in my opinion, is that it'll sometimes eat up the product, even if it's damp, and sometimes shear it out. So when I apply product, I don't want to defeat the purpose and like shear it out because I'm wasting makeup. So yeah, I prefer a brush, but depending on my mood. Like a year ago, I was into sponge, and then I kind of like go back and forth. It looks so natural, doesn't it? Like, look, my skin is not great. Like, I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. And as you can see, it looks like my skin, but just polished. And we haven't done concealer yet. We're about to. So yeah, looks so natural. I'm loving it. Yes, Kendra. So do I. Do you have a video for beginners? I have never used makeup and don't know where to start. Courtney. Check out their YouTube. I know that they have tons of content there, and they're consistently coming out with more content. So give that a shot. I'm gonna do the other side while I talk. And this is just to show you how you can build it up. Look, it's been a while since I applied the foundation, and there's no blotchiness. There's none of that. It's blending beautifully. Some other products, like once it dries, it gets so dry, like so matte, like almost like tightening, where, honey, if you wait a few minutes and then go in with another layer, good luck. No shade, just saying. All tea, no shade. Okay. All right. Yeah, I would definitely recommend to bundle for sure. Can only your concealers be worn by itself? Daenerys, absolutely. And while we continue to talk, I'm gonna do some concealer next. Once again, I always have like my 2 shades. It depends on my mood. So sometimes I'll use a concealer where it's light enough, like 2 to 3 shades lighter, where I conceal and brighten in one. So it's kind of one and done. But sometimes these raccoon under eyes, girl, are so bad. Like today, see this one has a bit more coverage. Sometimes they're so bad that like, if you just put a lighter concealer, it's going to look ashy and it's going to be even more noticeable. So you want to color correct. But yeah, the question was, can you just use a concealer? Yes, you can. And I'm going to get into formula and all that tea. So the one I'm going to use today is shade number 9. This is the Fuck I'm Flawless Concealer. You're also able to bundle with this product at checkout. Again, you could either do the primer or the concealer. They're all amazing, the 3. But yeah, I'm going to do this side because it's easier for me. So the reason why I'm using shade number 9 today is because it's like a peachy shade. So this one, instead of like brightening, it's going to correct and conceal in one. So it really depends, again, what it is that you want to do. But because it has a bit of like orange in it, it's going to look more natural. And I forgot my brush, so I'm going to use this one, which is fine. I got to move up here, girl, because... Now, when it comes to, I'll show you the packaging again, but the formula is so, oh my God, the formula is so beautiful. It's similar to the foundation because it's super lightweight. I feel like this light is playing tricks on me. Yeah, so the formula is so, so pretty. Very lightweight. As far as coverage, it's also a medium to full. The applicator is one of my favorite applicators ever. Let me show you again. I'm still not done blending. It's precise enough where you're able to get into like, you know, those tinier crevices of the face like I just did around the nose and all that good stuff. But I love that. And a little trick, if you really want that coverage to be a bit more full coverage, let your concealer sit for a few minutes and then blend it out just so it adheres better to your skin. But yeah, that's that. Have a little bit in the inner corner. Yeah, ideally, I wouldn't use this brush for that small area. Girl, I'd be lying. But I'm doing it now because I forgot my brush and I don't want to get up. Do you see the difference? And you could really go in and apply more, but just doing a little bit. My skin is super sensitive. Is this non-comedogenic? Also, I took the test twice and got 2 different shades, 175 and 170. Yeah, so like I mentioned, my skin is super sensitive and dry. Yes, the foundation is non-comedogenic. For those of you that don't know, that pretty much means that it's not going to clog your pores. And it's great for people, you know, acne prone, sensitive skin. Yeah, so that should answer that. As far as the test could have to do maybe how you were answering the questions. But ultimately, I would recommend maybe send a picture so you're matched accurately, but that's weird. Yeah, it's very accurate. As long as you answer the same way all the time, should be fine. I know I only did one side. I'm getting to the next one. Your makeup is beautiful. I want mine to look like that. Daenerys, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yes, the bundle's the best bet. Honestly, it really is. Do you feel like you need to also wear setting spray to keep it set all day long? You don't have to do anything in makeup. You really don't. It's not mandatory, but overall, my opinion is there's levels to this. That's what I like to say. It's very rare where you could just one foundation and walk out. For example, right now I just have foundation and concealer on this eye. But for me, I like gloss dimension because it tends to look a bit washed out because, you know, we're 3D and I could talk for hours. But yeah, once you do your foundation, you could once you do your home makeup before like blush and stuff like that, I would set it with a little bit of powder. If you're very dry, I do minimal to no powder, skip that and do like a hydrating setting spray. If you're on the oilier side, like normal, you know, combo oily, I would still do a powder, you know, so you get the most of your makeup overall. So, you know, the longevity is there, minimal touch-ups, if any. And then I would aim for a more like mattifying setting spray. But it's, like I said, levels to this, meaning it's a few items you use, but overall, you're going to have minimal touch-ups, if any. Your makeup is going to look flawless. And yeah, you're going to do it one time in the morning, but then that's it. For me, in my case, the only thing I usually touch up is my lips. That's it. Sometimes like a bit of blush, and then I'll just blot throughout the day, but I don't ever like have to reapply concealer or anything like that. Where was I? Okay. Do you use foundation under your eyes or do you use a concealer? Does it make a difference? Umaina, I believe that was how I pronounced it. So I recommend a concealer. I did it for the purpose of this video. When I did everything, I showed you underneath because I don't know why, just to show you how it can also cover greatly. But ultimately, I would just skip foundation. Let's say you do your whole face, avoid that area. You kind of like go right here and don't worry about applying foundation there because if you're like me, for the most part, I mean, because if you really don't have anything to conceal, if you don't have darkness, you could skip it altogether. But the least products you apply under the eyes, the better, because it's such a thin area. And sometimes the foundation is a little bit too thick, too heavy, because it's such a fine area that it'll just enhance texture. It'll really promote creasing. So that's that. So concealer is just it's a better product for the area. Something I forgot to mention also is that these concealers are creaseless, which is my favorite part overall. I don't even set it. I never set my concealer, not this one, because I like a natural glow. Also, I'm drier, so I love that. Is 13 a good concealer with 140 foundation? 140. It can work. It can totally work. If you want to go a bit brighter, I would use something brighter. But 13, I feel like is a great match for 140. Visually, I know them all in my head, just so you know. Okay. Let me do concealer on the other side. How can you truly tell if your skin is oily or dry? That's the only thing I struggled with taking the quiz. So, truly the way of determining that, it's going to be very simple. So you feel like your skin gets drier, or I know what you're saying. Sometimes it is a bit more difficult, but you have to kind of like get to know your skin, especially in the hotter months. Really take your time, like examine your skin. You could even do like a test where you're kind of, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Hello. I wish I could edit like a blank cloud right here. What was I thinking about? Where you are, what do you call it? Not like vlogging. You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. Take a week and just really like analyze your skin. You could take a selfie when you go outside, when you're indoors. But ultimately, if you're oily, you can tell you're oily because your skin feels greasier. When you're drier, you feel a bit more texture. And a good point for that is, honestly, ladies, stay hydrated. Drink tons of water. And also, if you're oilier, that could be a sign of dehydration. So I'd even incorporate some type of oils to your skincare. I know it sounds crazy, but believe me. So yeah, hope that helps. To build up makeup for more coverage, do you let the first layer dry first, then add a layer? I believe it's Teddy. Yes, absolutely. So you want to wait till the layer fully dries. As you can see, I did my first layer. I let it dry. I continued to talk. And then I went back after the fact and it gave me more coverage. You can do it right away, but the whole problem with that is that you're kind of defeating the purpose. And what happens sometimes, if you do one layer and then go in with the next layer like too soon, the makeup hasn't adhered yet. It hasn't really like done its job. So now you're just going in and you're kind of like, it's separating, it's going all over the place. You're just sliding it around and wasting makeup. So I would let that sit a little bit. All right, any more questions? I'm foundation 60. What shade would be good for me? As far as what, concealer? For Katie, let me know if it was for concealer. What exactly does color correct mean? I have horrible dark eyes. Color correct, this is for Tanya. So color correct, just like I showed you guys, usually it's to correct any discoloration, whether that be hyperpigmentation, darkness under the eyes. It could be rosacea. It can be melasma, anything that is a different pigment than the rest of your complexion, if that makes sense. So if you want to target those areas before foundation, it's just going to look a bit more flawless. And by doing so, you just want to go contrast of the color wheel to correct whatever it is you want to correct. That concealer is nice. Yes, it is. I'm obsessed. I wasn't offered the bundle. Yeah, Yolanda. So you should be offered it in checkout. Then you should see the bundle. Does it help to cover melasma? Karina. Yes, I was just talking about melasma. I actually have tons of clients that have melasma. Like, you have no idea. And yeah, it's amazing. It covers beautifully. So that's that. How do you prevent caking when applying concealer? Primer, a good brush, hydrated skin. Oopsie. I'm going to answer a few more. Where are these bundles? I think El Maquillage answered her. Again, it's at checkout. You're able to bundle, I believe. Heather Raccoon Eyes have 105 one number concealer. My skin tone is more bright but undertone yellow. Where is it? Maria. Yeah, Maria. So again, it depends because although you could be 105 and your skin is more yellow, is your discoloration more like purple, green, blue? Usually you want to use something peachier, like a salmon undertone to correct. And then for concealer, use something that's a bit more yellow to kind of be coherent with the rest of your complexion. Okay, I don't have 175 on me. I do have it in my kit, but my kit is not here. It's in my studio, so I don't have that here. And I think that's it. Did I do this side? Yes, I did. Yeah, so that's that, guys. I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer while I'm here because I look crazy. And I'm not going to set my face today because, like I said, I'm drier and I love a more dewy finish. And I'm also using their bronzer. Girl, I use everything. Remember I told you it's like levels to this, like different steps. This just adds a little bit of warmth. I'm not going to go too crazy. Just a little bit. Yeah, so you have the option to bundle at checkout. I think that's it. Yeah, so I hope that this was helpful. And like I said, if you guys were ever skeptical at any point, I was also. But when I tell you that the quiz is actually very accurate, it really is. So it's risk-free. Just try it out. And you'll love it. Just a little something, something. And now I would finish off with my setting spray. I'm almost out of here, guys. How do I know what shade to color correct? For Katie. Yeah, Katie. So again, you have to determine what it is you want to color correct. And then an easy way, what I like to tell my clients is go on Google, get a picture of a color wheel, determine what color is closest to what you're trying to correct, and then just go opposite of that. So usually if you have redness, like rosacea, or some people have redness, you also want to determine what your skin tone is. So if you're light, medium, and then so on and so forth. But usually you want to do something green or yellow for the redness, vice versa. Just follow that. I think that's it. Don't forget to tag us in your looks. I would love to see. I get DMs from you guys all the time. Anyone that I recommend this to, they are obsessed. And like I said, it's risk-free. You really have nothing to lose because if you love it, you're going to keep it anyways. If not, you can send it back. But overall, 10 out of 10. And you're also going to get a free gift when you order. So you're welcome. 175, similar to NC45 MAC. Yes, it's definitely warm, like the NC45. I worked at MAC for years, so I could tell you off the bat, girl, you could tell me your shade. It is very similar. So if that's what you're interested in, then yeah. Okay. So my foundation color is 105, and number 8 concealer really does match me pretty good. Good, Liz. Yeah, 8 is a bit yellow and it's lighter. So if you're someone that wants to conceal and brighten, it's going to be a great match for you. You're welcome. All right, guys, I think that's it. I don't see any more questions, but make sure you guys check your inbox for your gift. That's if you do the try before you buy, I believe. At checkout, automatically you will receive a gift, and you also are able to bundle. Take my word, just because if you're able to bundle up when you do the try before you buy, because it's worth it. And I usually get asked, what do I prefer? It really depends, but try them both. But primer they go amazing together. 105 be similar to NC42 from MAC. NC42, it's also very warm. 105 is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little lighter and a bit more neutral. It's similar. The NC42 is a bit more, it's warmer by a little bit. All right, guys. I think that's it. Okay, loves. Again, hope this was helpful. I hope you guys give it a try. You will not be mad. Like I said, 10 out of 10. Anyways, be safe. Have a good night. And hopefully I'll see you guys again. Bye.